Okay, I'm just going to do up a video about how I'm going to prep this Vanquish for some paint. I'm going to paint this thing on the outside. So what I did is I took the window masking and I put it on the outside of the body. I peeled off the outer mask, put this on there, taped the inside just so that when I do the tail lights and stuff, it won't be blocked there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fine Scotch-Brite. I'm just going to rough it up a little bit just to get a little bit of grip. I did clean my hands real good just to get the oil off, so hopefully I won't put too many oily fingerprints up on the body. But I just want to scuff it up a little bit, give it something to grab onto. I'm going to go through and do a little bit of talking about each one of the stages as I do this guy. So, I just want to get it so it's got a little bit of scratches in it. That'll just help the paint to grip it a little bit. I don't have to worry about it being super clean and pretty because it's going to be a patina paint job anyway. So just about like that. Get a little bit of texture on everything. Put the other bedside here. And I screwed up. So I can feel it on there. I did not take the masking off. So we're going to try to get this off without ruining everything. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do. So you have to get this off first. For some reason I remember doing it, but I didn't. So if you don't do this, when you get done, your whole paint job is just going to peel off like that. So at least this mask isn't the most important one, it's just for the tail light. Might look a little scrunchy, but we got her back on there. Okay. Where were we? Now we are scuffing. Wish I could back up the camera a little bit more, but it's on this tripod on the end of my desk and there's really not much room to move it. Like I said, I'm just trying to get just a little bit of scratches in here just so that the paint will have something to grip to. It wouldn't be good to have the tape hanging all the way across it either. But okay, so there's the other side. Wipe it off with my t-shirt, that'll make it better. Okay, so that's the two sides. Let's see here. I think I could move this back a little bit. How's that? That's got to be better, right? Okay, so I took the body and I put all the window masks on the outside instead of the inside. But then it made it, they weren't like full enough. So I went around the edges and I added painter's tape to it just to make sure they were up to the edges. And then I put tape just across the inside, just so that overspray won't get where the glass is supposed to be. Same thing on the grill. Doesn't have to be perfect, but the outside should be pretty good. And now we'll scuff this up too. I have these thoughts about how I'm going to do this paint, and we'll see if my plan is going to work or not. And the thing about painting on the outside, it really doesn't matter, because if it doesn't work, you just paint it some more. You can just keep on painting it until you like it. It's on the outside. I probably don't even need to do this step, but I just like to get a little bit of grip for the paint, because my stuff gets rolled over quite a bit. You don't want to go out and immediately rip all the paint job off. So the body goes down by the windshield here. And I mats it first because I don't want to scratch up the glass while I'm doing this. That would be bad. I'm really looking forward to getting this truck outside. It's going to be super cool. So got some shine up here on the fender, so I gotta scuff that in. A little bit on the back of the cab, and I think we're done with this. Across there, right there. I want all that. weird. Looked like there was masking on, but I know that I had taken it off of there, so can't be that. Okay. Give a little wipe off with my t-shirt here. Got my bed sides out of the dirt. Oh yeah, cat hair and dirt. It's perfect. Okay, so that is both bedsides and the body scuffed up on the outside. That should give it something to grip. What I'm going to do is, I've never used this before, but we're going to try out this fabric and vinyl. I'm doing a satin gray as just a base coat. And we'll see how that looks. And then I've got some rusty colors to put on it. And we'll do some salt. And then the top coat colors. So I'm gonna go outside, get set up for some primer, and we'll film a little bit of that, see what it looks like. Okay, I've never used this vinyl paint. We're going to see how it does. Go ahead and do up the bedsides first, and then I can set them out of the way. This little Tamiya holder thing's pretty cool. See how it does to this. Seems pretty cool. Not bad. I think that's going to turn out pretty good. So let's set this guy down here for a minute. See how this guy's going to look. That was way heavier than I wanted to go on that fender. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is we'll take the dogs for a walk. See if I can pull this guy off of here real quick without being too crazy. Got the first coat of gray on there. That is just going to be the base underneath everything else. Still a little transparent. So, like I said, we'll take the dogs for a walk and I'll come back and do another coat. Okay, it's been about an hour. Let's get a look at this thing. So, yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's very thin paint. Let's move this one out of the way. Put this down here. We'll do this again. I don't know how exciting this is watching me spray paint, but it'll be cooler once we start doing the rust stuff. So. Okay, got another coat on this. Let that dry up. Make sure we get it down low. Win. Perfect. Okay, that is all the gray we're going to do. Because what we'll do next is we'll take like the rust color, put it across the top of the hood. We want to hit it like the sun was hitting it, so it won't be as much here as here. Top of the bedsides. All right, let's see you tomorrow. Okay, I got a couple different kinds of rusty looking colors. Found this one here, it's a cinnamon. That looked kind of interesting. And this is one I've used before. It's just a red primer. So. Probably do the same thing. We'll set this guy aside. Sweet. Paint's going on a little wet. So, good. The fenders, they all dried up. So they've been out in the sun for about an hour or so. Sun's going down now. With this red primer, I'm thinking the way that most of your sun and stuff would hit it, mainly on the tops. So that's pretty much where I'm going to put most of the salt, will be wherever the sun would go down on it, like that. I like to put that on a little thick because we'll sand into it later. Kind of like that. And technically in that body line we might get a little something going on, so most of the outside will just get all the salt. So I'm real curious about this cinnamon color. It almost looks more dried out. Oh wow, yeah. Alright, that's the bed sides. I think they're going to be pretty cool. Get them ready to go in the house. Get the cab. So I'll kind of follow the same pattern. I'm going to go with the redder one first. It seems like we might be running out, which is fine. Okay, now this cinnamon again, see how it looks. Let that just kind of flash for a second. So my main concern is up on the roof and on the top of the hood. I want to make sure I got enough paint on there. Let's see if we can get any more of this. A little bit. More of the rusty one. It's a hodgepodge. Okay, so that's about all we're going to do to them today. Tomorrow we'll get some body color on it and some salt. And it should look pretty cool. See if I can get this thing off of here real quick. Ugh. So I did all kinds of just random colors. It's a cinnamon, satin cinnamon, and some kind of just red oxide primer. Right, more tomorrow. Okay, let's see what we can do. This is the next day. We got the body's all dried up. Looks pretty good. It's time to add some salt. I'll kind of show you what I've done in the past, and this is kind of figure it out as you go, whatever looks good to you. So I got a spray bottle with some water. You don't want it in a stream, I want to spray. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit wet. Gives the salt somewhere to touch. Like I said before, I kind of wanted to go top down. So I got some coarser sand, or salt. It's not like table salt, it's coarser. I guess I could do these at the same time. That is not sticking very well. I should probably put some on the little back deal too. that gives me some big pieces. Then I've just got some random salt. I think this is kind of table salt. Let's see what it does. I don't remember what this is. More salt. That's actually all that you do, and then I kind of let the water dry up a little bit because you don't want it to just fall off when you start squirting paint on it. It'll kind of harden in where it is. Yeah. It's still got a little bit of warmth outside, so what I might do is carry it outside and set it in the sun, and then maybe I can get a coat of a little bit of paint on top to seal that in. I'll run this outside and we'll have a look. Okay, I only see one little wet spot on here, like right there. The rest of it dried out pretty good. So gonna put a little silver on. It's not gonna be the finished color, but it's gonna be a blue, but the silver behind it will make it brighter and give me another layer of paint. So that paint locked in all the salt on there. Getting all the lower parts on here so I can get it easier. Yeah, this just the base. Locking in all this salt on here. Okay, I'm not painting the roof right now because it's going to be a different color. And when I sand through, I really don't want to find silver because it just won't jive with what I'm doing. Just some really old airplane paint, base silver. That is plenty of silver. Let's look at these again. I could probably use a little bit more. Yeah. Cool. Now I have a silver thumb. Fit right there. Okay. Put these back in the house and we'll let them cure overnight and we'll look at some color tomorrow. Okay guys, it's the next day. It's about 80 degrees out. Everything's nice and dried up. So it's time to actually get some color on this thing. I've got some TS54 Tamiya metallic blue. See what this looks like. It'd be pretty cool. Tamiya makes some really nice spray paint. There is no end on there. What the? Okay, I'll be back. Okay, let's try that again. I got the end off the silver one because I was at the end of it yesterday. Threw that away, so happened to have that, so that was lucky. Okay, blue it is. I'm going to try to do this without painting my fingers blue. That's a pretty good body line on there. That body line again. Good. Cool color. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Okay, I gotta paint it around the bottom. I can't really get to it in the box very well. That's gonna be a cool color. Too bad they left it outside and it got all rusty. Pretty much takes a whole can just to do one coat on a body this big. So yeah, we'll let that dry up. I got to get it dry enough now that I can mask it off right around this edge right here. And then I'm going to paint the top white. We'll do that before we play with salt anymore. So I got to let this get pretty dry. Probably put it out here in the sun and cook it up, see what it does. Yeah, we'll be out there on the picnic table. It's a good place to let the paint dry. Easy. Yeah, that's a cool color. Way cool. Just lay these down. That's going to be it for paint on the sides anyway. Cool. We'll let those cook up a little bit. I'll see if I can get it to the point where I can mask it. It'll have to be pretty dry for that. I don't want it to peel off. So we'll check back later. Okay, this thing's been sitting out here for about an hour in the sun. I think we're ready to mask off the top. So all the blue stuff is done with what it's going to be. It already starts falling off. You can see the rusty paint job. But we're not done with the top yet, so what I'm going to do is just tape off the top itself, because I don't want it to be blue. Try to use this blue tape because it's not super sticky. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a toy. Yeah, it's gonna work good. I think that's kind of sloping down just a little bit right there, so fix that real quick. That looks a little better. Okay. A little bit of newspaper here should be enough. Comes the wind. Well, very windy. right. That was weird. I don't know if that kept taping or not. Anyway, I got paper all the way around it. This is just a white primer. It should look pretty good. All right. These fenders are done because I'm not doing anything else to them. I may well take those in and start looking at them. So I went ahead and pulled all the paper off so we can let it cook a little bit. Let that paint harden up, just some. And then I'll probably take it in and start picking off a little bit of the salt. It's cool how you look and you can just see where the rest paint shows through, where you pick off the paint or the salt. It'll be cool. All right. Since there's no white paint on these fenders, I can start getting the salt off of them. So what I like to do is get them a little bit wet. And as you get the salt wet, it breaks down. I got my bristle brush. I can kind of play with that a little bit. That's cool. So just doing the plastic brush and nothing else, it still eats the shine on the paint, but it's got all those spots in it. Got a few on the side. nice masking. Cool. Might have to touch that up. Maybe not. Way across the bottom. Got lucky. So the fender flare's still got a bunch on it. I think that looks pretty cool. Once you get the cab on there, it's a lot worse than this. This got a lot lighter. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Looking for any salt that's on it. At least I peeled both sides. And this one. Almost needs a little bit of blue paint right there. There we go. Whoops. I think they look pretty cool. All right. Okay, so I am going to paint that one end cap. It wasn't very blue. And that one, it's got a lot of silver showing. Oops, hopefully I got some. Wow. There is none. Oh, it's better. That looks even worse. Okay. Good enough. So the next thing I want to do, just because this thing has a bed cage in it, you can see the whole inside of the bed. I want to paint the inside black without getting a whole bunch of overspray all over everything. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just like that will let me get the inside of it. So get that guy out of the way. Picking up another can of paint. I keep doing that on tape. Good enough. I'm gonna go put him out in the sun. And actually this one too, just because of that little spritz of blue. I'll be right back. We're really only worried about the bed sides because you can see them from the inside. So we'll just cover those up a little bit. Have this paint job done. I'm ready. I just want to see what this thing looks like with some color on it. It's going to be cool. Okay, just a little bit of black on that, we'll be done. Get you out of here. All right, let's see how this thing's gonna do. Same thing, I'm just gonna get a little water running on it. Ooh, some big pieces. I like to get the big pieces off because if you start rubbing them around, they'll do a bunch of scratches. And I'd rather just have it where the salt comes off instead of tearing up the paint real bad. Looks absolutely nothing like poo. In a good way. So, a little brush on it. really random what you get out of this. It's just wherever it randomly sits. It's pretty cool. It's funny, almost none of it stuck to the sides. Which is fine. We just want it to be random. On the top, this can be interesting up here. Yeah, it's pretty beat up. Different. Got polka dots. Normally I would go into like a fine Scotch-Brite and really start sanding it up to get some big blow-throughs, but I think it's kind of neat how this one is staying shiny, so I might not do it. We're gonna have to see what it looks like when it's dry. We might end up doing some. All just what you feel like while you're doing it. Yeah, I know this isn't super exciting, but I'm just showing you what I do to get this look. And some of the steps you have to go through. It takes some time to do this, but it's kind of a non-abrasive, just breaking down the salt with the water and a plastic brush. Match anywhere where you feel it, and you can scratch it off. Try not to put a bunch of scratches in it. A little bit on the back of the flare, both sides. Yep. This side. And all that I really have left is this little, it's a servo cover, but kind of a pickup box thing that they put in the cab. It's a vertical surface, so I got hit with the sun too. Ooh, some big ones came off. That's cool. Back of the cab's really cool. A little bit right there. Yeah, because you'll see that in between the shock towers. Put some chips on the cab. Flip it up there. I'm not taking the mask off yet because I want to make sure that I like it, because I don't want to have to remask everything again. Dry it off here real quick. There it is. I'll let her cure till tomorrow, and then we'll maybe get her mounted on the body, make sure we like it before I peel the windows. All right. Well, here we are the next day. I think I decided that we're just going to leave it just like this. So let's get the windows unmasked and see what it's going to look like. I know that we got some stuff on the grill here. Put some tape down on the inside because remember I blocked all the holes just so we wouldn't get too much overspray flying around in here. Got a bunch in here on the glass. Okay, the inside tape. Yeah, you can see just looking at that how much farther out I masked it. The mask just seemed a little bit small. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's get this thing off of here so you can get a look at it. I think this thing's going to be pretty neat. Got the bed sides. I'll get those kind of set on the bed and then we'll come back, get a final look at it, and wrap this thing up. Okay, with all the mass off the body, this is the final result. Got some spots up here on the top. That looks good. A little on the fenders. Back fenders. So this isn't a full-on how-to, this is just how I do it. Not much on talking on these videos, but that's how I do it.